Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, and for today's video I'm going to be testing out the new Frankie Rose Matte Perfection foundation. I know this foundation isn't necessarily new, but it's new to me. I've been seeing it all over my Instagram lately, and I know Frankie Rose has been promoting it like crazy, and I have been on the hunt for a new foundation. So I decided to go ahead and try this one out. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to see my first impression / review on the Frankie Rose Cosmetics foundation, then just keep on watching. I already primed my face using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. So I'm going to start off by going onto the Frankie Rose website and reading the claims on there for the foundation. So it says instant coverage, full extended coverage that's silky and lightweight. It's a perfect long-wearing matte finish foundation that will leave you with a smooth, flawless complexion. Long-lasting formula goes on satiny smooth with a flawless matte finish for all skin types. Dry, sensitive combination, normal or oily. So I do have oily skin, so I'm excited to see how it lasts on my skin. But it says instantly cover problem spots, breakouts, and blemishes. Even out skin tones or build it up for full coverage. It's hydrating, lightweight, and breathable. Here's the bottle and how it looks like. It does come in a frosted glass bottle, and I'm gonna start by to blend the foundation. I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I am using the brush to blend out both sides of my face. I don't ever use the sponge, so I'm gonna go ahead and start blending that out with the brush. I also forgot to mention, I do have a few blemishes. I have this one right here, and one on my chin, and then a couple right here. And then the rest is just some old scarring. So I want to see how it covers it up, since it did claim to cover up the blemishes. It does have a slight fragrance to it, but it's not too bad. I'm really glad it matches me, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to return it if it didn't. But I won't have to do that. So that's a light layer. I could still see my blemishes under it. Cheeks. Ooh. Just because that's my problem area, I guess. That's where I have the most scarring. Okay, and I'm just gonna add some to my eyelids, since I won't be adding eyeshadow today. And I did cover my little veins on my eyelids really well. So that's 2 layers on my cheeks, I guess. I don't really need any coverage on my forehead besides this little pimple right here, but that's not gonna get covered. I don't have that much scarring on my chin compared to my cheeks. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little tiny bit more, just to see how it kind of builds up, since I did mention that it's buildable. So I think 3 layers on my cheek is good. That's usually as much coverage as I get on my Juvia's Place foundation, and that one is full coverage. So I think it looks really good blended out with the brush. I feel like it's starting to kind of set on my smile lines right here. So I'm gonna go in with a sponge and kind of press that in. It is starting to feel a little heavy right here on the cheeks. I'm gonna go over it with this sponge to see if it kind of helps. Blending it out right here with the sponge did kind of take away that feeling. I think it was kind of just setting more on the skin and not necessarily like in the skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to let you know how the rest of my products works with the foundation. So I'm back with the rest of my face done, and I really love how the foundation looks. So I did find two cons, I guess you could say. The first one is that my pores from this cheek area are more noticeable. My pores aren't really large, but they are accentuated with this foundation. But I think if I were to use a pore refining primer, it would fix that problem. The second con that I found was when I was applying my concealer, it completely dried before I got to blend it out on my nose, so like the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, and you could probably see it maybe, but right here is where it dried before I even got to blend it out. And I even tried to spray the sponge again and blend it out, but it wasn't, like, it was completely dried. And then I did go in with concealer again over it and immediately started blending it out, and it kind of helped. It just filled in those empty areas. I don't know how to explain it. It was really weird, and I've never experienced that before. So those were the two cons that I found with this foundation, but other than that, I really love how it looks. My bronzer and my blush highlights, all of that blended out really well. It's not really patchy or anything like that. What else? The creases right here that I mentioned at the beginning of the video when I was first applying the foundation, I could still kind of see them, but I think they look fine right now. They're not really too bad. So I'll just have to wait to see how the foundation lasts in that area. I think I say if I wanted a little bit more coverage on those scarring, I just go in with a concealer and spot conceal before going in with foundation. But everything else blended out really well. So like I mentioned, I do have oily skin, so that's the main thing that I'm looking for, is like long lasting, and I don't think it said anything about long lasting, but let me double check before I say that. Oh, it does say long wearing. So I don't usually wear my makeup for too long, just because since I do have oily skin, after a while my face starts to feel cakey and disgusting. So that's when I usually like take off my makeup. But it's 2:42 right now, so maybe I'll try to do a little check-in to show you how the foundation is looking like. If I forget, I'll go ahead and leave it down in the description, so make sure to check back there. I almost forgot. So when I ordered the foundation, they had like a little deal going on where you'd get a free lip liner with your purchase. So I got the lip liner in Apple Spice, and I did want to go ahead and show you. I did go ahead and put it on, but this is like the shade. I don't know if you could kind of tell. It's like a burnt orange type of color, but it's really pretty. So I lined my lips with the Apple Spice lip liner, and then I filled in the top lip a little bit. And then I went in with my favorite lip gloss at the moment. This is the Gerard Cosmetics lip gloss in Skin. I am going to go ahead and read over the claims again to kind of give my final thoughts of if they're true or not, I guess you could say. It does feel really lightweight. The only area that, again, feels a little bit more heavier and not necessarily cakier but heavier are my cheeks, just because I did add 3 layers. So it says for dry, sensitive, combination, normal, oily. And then so for that, I'll go ahead and wait a few hours and see how the foundation lasts. It's like cover problem spots, breakouts, and blemishes. For that, I could agree with if you do build it up and do several layers. And then with the shade range, again, I did get olive, and that is a true olive with cool yellow undertones. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I will go ahead and check back in a few hours to see how the makeup is looking like. If I don't add it at the end of the video, then check in the description where I will have an update for you in there. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.